A person stands at the helm of a small boat in a raging storm, fighting the wheel, trying to steer against the waves. They are drenched, exhausted, losing. The scene shifts. The same person stops fighting. They take their hands off the wheel, not in surrender, but in understanding. They adjust the sails, secure loose items, and brace themselves in the center of the boat. The boat is still tossed, but the person is no longer at war with the sea. The focus shifts from controlling the uncontrollable to commanding the self. You are in a war you cannot win. The enemy is not the storm. The enemy is the belief that you can command the weather. Your strength is being spent on a battle that was lost before it began. There is a different war. A winnable war. The war for the territory of your own soul. For the length of this session, we will lay down the arms of a futile campaign and take up the tools of a true rebellion. The rebellion against your own reactions. This is the path to the only strength that can never be taken from you. The world operates on a simple, brutal law: it will be as it will be. People will act from their ignorance. Plans will shatter. Loss will visit. To meet this with the strategy of control is the definition of weakness. It is the tantrum of a child against gravity. Stoicism proposes a radical inversion of strength. True power is not measured by your influence over the external, but by your absolute sovereignty over the internal. Your judgments, your desires, your aversions, your actions. This is the only realm where your command is total and unchallengeable. To focus anywhere else is to be a general without an army, shouting orders into the void. We begin by mapping the territory. We draw the boundary of the self. Inside the boundary, your domain, your opinion, your aim, your impulse to act or refrain, your character. Outside the boundary, the world's domain, your body, your reputation, your possessions, your past, your future, the actions of every other person. Emotional weakness is the pain of a ruler who has abandoned their own kingdom to futilely police a neighboring land. Every time you are angered by a rude comment, you have let a foreign ambassador dictate the laws inside your walls. Every time you are crippled by anxiety over an outcome, you have stationed your entire garrison at a border you do not control. The first lesson in strength is the practice of garrison withdrawal. When you feel an emotional storm rising, anger, dejection, fear, you ask the tactical question: has an external event breached my walls, or have I foolishly sent my troops out to meet it? Your feelings are your troops. If the provocation is outside your control, their opinion, the traffic, a past mistake, then your emotional army has been deployed on a foreign campaign. The order is recall. Bring them home. Let the external event be. It is not your business. Your business is the peace and order within your citadel. The second lesson is the fortification of judgment. With your troops home, you strengthen your defenses. You learn that no external event enters your mind as a raw fact. It enters dressed in your judgment. They insulted me is not a fact. The fact is, words were spoken. Insult is the judgment you clothed it in, and with that judgment, you opened the gates and invited the enemy in. We practice seeing the event naked. We strip it of the story. We see the delay, not the catastrophe. The critical word, not the proof of our worthlessness. This is not optimism. It is forensic clarity. A strong mind deals in evidence, not in self-created propaganda. The third, and deepest lesson, is the alchemy of acceptance. This is where strength transforms from defense to creation. Amor fati. The love of fate. It is the decision to not just tolerate what you cannot control, but to embrace it as the necessary material of your growth. The obstacle is not a block to your path, it is the path. The difficult person is not an error in your life, they are the exact teacher you required to learn patience or fortitude. Your energy ceases to be wasted on rejection, this shouldn't be happening, and is fully channeled into response, this is happening. What does a person of strength do now? This alchemy turns the lead of circumstance into the gold of character. This is emotional strength. It is not the absence of feeling. It is the presence of command. You feel the sting, but you choose not to let it poison your system. You feel the fear, but you choose to measure it against your courage. You feel the pull of desire, but you choose to align it with your principles. You are no longer a weather vane, spun by every wind of event and emotion. You become the axis upon which the weather vane turns. The storms still come, but they revolve around a point that is unmoved. Your power is no longer something the world can give or take away with its changing conditions. It is sourced from within. It is the power to choose your stance in the midst of any chaos. The power to say, you may affect my circumstances, but you do not get a vote on my character. The world will never be controlled. It is too vast, too chaotic, too indifferent. But the self, the mind, the will, the heart, can be governed with absolute authority. Stop trying to calm the storm. Calm yourself, and the storm becomes a force you can sail. The rebellion begins within. The only victory that matters is won here. In the silent, sovereign space. Between what happens, and who you choose to be in response.